So one thing I learned pretty quickly by starting a whiskey-based channel is that people are going to send you stuff. And when I say people, I mean companies, websites, secondary websites and markets that sell booze, right? They're going to send you stuff. And I have a backlog of it, like just piles, tons of bottles of the weirdest stuff that people send me. And I look at these, they show up at my door and I'm like, what am I ever going to use this for? Well, the answer is this video. That's what I'm going to use it for. So I'm going to go through a ton of freaking random weird bottles. I'm going to try them. And some of these are just freaking weird, man. So I'll let you know what they taste like, if they're any good. Some of them are whiskeys, some of them are liqueurs, some of them are variations of tequila. I mean, there's just it's a whole smorgasbord. So I invite you to join me on this journey down the weird, down the bizarre. And we'll see if there's actually any gems hidden in here somewhere. Now I'm gonna start with these two. These showed up at my doorstep yesterday. I have no idea who sent these. There was no letter. There was no, hey, this is from so-and-so. Try our products, see if you like it. It was just a box of 8 of these. I got 4 of each. I'm like, what am I gonna do with all this stuff? But this is a brand called, listen, I've never heard of any of these things. So I'm gonna learn right along with you. I can't speak to them, what their values are, where they're at, none of that. I don't know anything. But this is a brand called Soda Jerk. Soda Jerk. And this is called Orange Cream Shot. This is called Root Beer Shot. 35% alcohol, 70 proof. Yeah, I don't know. Look at the color on this orange creamsicle thing. Holy cow, it's so orange. It looks unnatural. I'm gonna go easy on these pours if I'm gonna be trying a bunch of these. They're not like full-blown whiskeys that are, 100 proof or anything, but I don't need to get knocked on my butt first thing today. Cheers, orange cream shot. Here we go. I mean, it's as advertised. It tastes like an orange creamsicle. It's like orange cream soda without the bubbliness of it, which I think kind of makes orange cream soda what it is. Kind of have to have the soda part of it. It tastes more like just an orange creamsicle, but it's real thick and syrupy. Like you'd want to like dilute that down with something. I don't know. I mean, you might even put that in a cream cocktail of some kind. Like you got like a British Bulldogs and stuff like that. Where it's milk based. You might try that with that, I don't know. Let's try the root beer one. Again, just real dark in color, look at that. I mean, it smells like root beer. It smells like root beer and a ton of vanilla. Like root beer and vanilla, straight up. Let's try it. I mean, it is thick, syrupy, alcoholic root beer. You know what I mean? That's not something you're gonna pour a glass of. Maybe that's why it's called a shot. Maybe we're supposed to just shoot these. Well, Soda Jerk, your product is not bad. It's definitely different. Best of luck in all of your endeavors. If you guys sent this to me, thanks for sharing. So if that sounds good to you, maybe you'll like some Soda Jerk. Next, let's do Barrow's Intense Ginger Liqueur. I like the bottling. Kind of a cool bottle. I love ginger. I am a huge ginger fan. One of my favorite cocktails of all time is a penicillin. Like, I'm a huge sucker for penicillin. So I like ginger, especially in cocktails. Let's try this. This is a liqueur. So this is something that you're going to be drinking straight. Usually these are for mixing purposes. There's a popular formula for making 4-ounce cocktails. 1 ounce of a base spirit, so it could be rum, whiskey, tequila. 1 ounce of base spirit, 1 ounce of citrus, whether it's lime juice, lemon juice, whatever. And then your other 2 components are an ounce of 2 different liqueurs. So 1 ounce of maybe a ginger liqueur, 1 ounce of an Amaro, I don't know. But that's like a template for a lot of cocktails out there. Like a Paper Plane, like The Last Word. All those all follow that same template. Woo, that smells like ginger, straight up. So this is not something you're just going to be drinking on its own. You're probably going to be mixing it in. Let's see if it would be a good component. It's real sweet ginger. I'm a little disappointed. It says intense. And ginger can be spicy. And I kind of wanted to get that spice on this, but there's not a lot of spice. It's real just sweet ginger. I mean, it's not bad. I like ginger. But I really wanted to get that spice note to it. I think that's a great mixing element when you can have something that brings that spice to the table. This does not do that. That's all sweet, like ginger candy. You know what I mean? Like those dried, chewy ginger candies. Candied ginger that's been dried out. I mean, it's not bad, but I wanted something different out of you. Let's move on. All right, let's do some whiskeys. So these are from a distillery apparently called Flight. Where are they from? I don't know. Bottled by Three Little Birds Distillery in Pennsylvania. Distilled in California. So it was distilled in California, bottled in Pennsylvania. One of these is a straight bourbon whiskey. This one is aged 6 years. It is 95% wheat and 5% barley. So that's all wheat. I mean, we have a lot of distilleries that use wheat as a component in the mash bill, but never as not never, but very seldom is it the star. This one is straight bourbon whiskey, 90 proof. I have had this one before. That's why the bottle's a little bit lower. I've shared it with friends. I already know what to expect out of this one. The other one I haven't cracked open yet. But here we go. This is the all wheat, 95% wheat mash bill from Flight. Smells like dry erase markers on the nose and powdered sugar. Let's try it. That's awful. That's awful. That is like, imagine you went into your bathroom and you sprayed, your glass cleaner onto your mirror. The kids have, it's the bathroom where the kids brush their teeth. So there's like splatters of toothpaste because they start spitting before their head gets all the way down. That's what kids do, by the way. Any dads who are watching this they can relate to this analogy. But anyways, you're in your kid's bathroom, you spray it down, the mirror down with your glass cleaner, and then instead of taking a paper towel to wipe it, you lick it. That's this. I know that sounds really harsh, but that is genuinely terrible whiskey. Let's crack open the bourbon, see if that's any better. I have my doubts. It is 90 proof. It says it's heavy on vanilla, caramel, and honey. And earthy. Not very floral, not very spicy. This one doesn't have the mash bill on it like the other one does, nor does it have an age statement, but it is straight bourbon whiskey, distilled in California, bottled in Pennsylvania. So if it's straight bourbon whiskey and not age stated, that means that it is at least 4 years old. This one is darker in color, the bourbon. And I know I'm doing this out of a shot glass today because I'm not trying to dirty up a bunch of Glencairns. Oh man, there's a lot of vanilla on that nose, no doubt. And like those Werther's caramel candies. Let's try it. That sucks. I am sincerely sorry. If Flight is watching this, I'm sincerely sorry. My palate may not be everyone else's palate, and that's totally fair. Maybe there's somebody out there that absolutely loves Flight whiskey. But for me and my palate, compared to the things I'm used to drinking, I think this is genuinely awful whiskey. There's like barely any oak. The sweet caramels that I got on the nose don't transfer to the palate well. It's a lot of cleaning fluid taste, a lot of ethanol. 0 out of 10 would not buy. Sorry. Moving on. Dr. Stoner's, baby. Smoky herb. This is smoky herb flavored whiskey. So I have tried this before. A lot of these things that I do get, I try a sip of them with my wife and we just kind of laugh about them. But this is Dr. Stoner's. And, it was featured at, oh my gosh, it smells like, I don't know if I can say this without being demonetized, so I will just say this. It smells like the smell I got from the people that lived across the street from us in our first apartment, rundown building in a slummy part of town, North Indianapolis. And they would partake in some recreational activities on the front porch. And it smells like the smell that would come from that house, along with a pile of wet leaves. All right, Dr. Stoner's Smoky Herb. This is 84 proof. It smells like high school and regret. That's friggin' weird, man. That's just friggin' weird. Okay, Dr. Stoner's. I will say this. As advertised, if that sounds good to you, maybe you'll like this. It is where whiskey, young cheap whiskey, meets high school regret. If that sounds appealing to you, Dr. Stoner's is the bottle for you. Next up. Again, this is one of those bottles that shows up at your door and you're like, what the heck? This is Rainbow Unicorn Vodka. So fluffy. Cotton candy. Vodka with artificial flavor, 17 times distilled, cold carbon filtered, 35% alcohol by volume. All right, Rainbow Unicorn Vodka. I'm going to get a fresh shot glass, though. I have a feeling the Stoner's is going to linger in that one for a minute. Okay, so fluffy. Unicorn Vodka. Cotton candy flavored. It's pink. Kind of looks like a rosé. Oh my gosh. It smells like cotton candy soda. That's what it smells like. You know, like, was it Faygo? Was it Faygo that had the cotton candy soda? Limited time? That's what it smells like. Let's try it. You know how kids' medicine, they try to dress up the flavor of medicine by putting flavor in it? And then it almost makes it worse. Because it's like, we know you tried, but you didn't succeed. It still tastes like Robitussin. It still tastes like cough syrup. But with a little bit of cotton candy in there. That's this. This tastes like medicine that you force your kid to take. And you're like, it's cotton candy flavored. And they're like, I'm not fooled. Don't put that anywhere near my face. That's this. Okay, interesting. Bye. All right, I think we're down to 4 bottles. Rasta Bob. Bob Marley, baby. Rasta Bob coconut. Rum with natural flavor and caramel. Okay, 42 proof. So this is rum that's coconut flavored. It is perfectly clear. All right, Rasta Bob. Your competition is not steep. Let's see if you can stand out here. Oh my gosh, it smells like an Almond Joy candy bar. I'm gonna be real, I love coconut candy. I'm a sucker for it. This smells really good to me. But it also smells a little bit like suntan lotion. Let's try it. Good glory. That is so sweet. There's like no bite to that at all. It just tastes like the liquid form of coconut candy. If you just turned an Almond Joy candy bar into liquid and drank it, that's this. It's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, you might be able to mix with that, I guess. Put a little lime juice in it and make yourself up a version of a daiquiri that's coconut in nature. You could probably play around with that a little bit. Why not? All right, this one I have mixed with before because, well, I won't spoil anything, but this is Pluma Negra. Pluma Negra. So this is mezcal, artisanal, product of Mexico. This is 80 proof. This is mezcal. If you don't know what mezcal is, so what they do is they take the agave plant with mezcal, and the heart of the agave plant is called the piña. I love tequila. So the piña is what you use to make tequila, but with mezcal, what they do is they take that piña and they dig these pits, and then they toss the piñas into the pit, and then they smoke them. So they smoke the piñas in the pit, and all the sugars inside the piña, they kind of get infused with that smoke flavor. And then they drain it, distill it into essentially tequila, but with smoked piñas, and that is what makes mezcal. I love mixing with mezcal, actually. All right, so this is Pluma Negra, mezcal. Let's try it. Pretty clean bottle. Yeah, it smells like tequila and a campfire made sweet love on the beach and made a baby. And this is the baby. And I'm sniffing that baby. It smells pretty good. So a lot of mezcal is marrying the smokiness and the bitterness of the smoked piñas, marrying it with the tanginess and the tartness of tequila. Where on that scale these mezcals fall varies. This one is tipped much more in favor of the smoke and the bitter. So, when I have limes, because I like to juice my own limes for cocktails, sometimes the limes are sweet, sometimes the limes are tart. When I get sweet limes, I mix with this mezcal because it balances it out quite nicely. When I have tart limes, I tend to go with Casamigos, but I've been using this one when I get sweet limes. So they balance each other out. It's not a bad mezcal at all. It's not like revolutionary, but it's not bad. There you go. That is Pluma Negra. Next, we've got 2 left. Añejo. This is Eterno Verano tequila. So there are lots of different styles of tequila out there. You know, you got your reposados, blancos, mezcals, añejos. So what makes añejo different from standard tequila, you'll notice the color. That's because añejo tequila has to be aged between 1 and 3 years in oak barrels. So it takes on that oak color, and then it sort of marries tequila and whiskey, right? You get the oaky flavors that you get from the oak barrels. They don't have to be charred, so you're not getting a lot of those like deep, dark, roasted caramel notes from it, but you do get a lot of the vanillins and stuff from the oak itself imparted on tequila in añejo. And so that kind of marries those two worlds of whiskey and tequila. So historically, I actually get down with añejo because I really like whiskey. It makes sense. So when I make my own margs, I tend to use añejos. Yeah, the nose is oaky, sweet vanilla mixed with tequila, straight up. the tangy tartness of tequila. Let's try it. This isn't a good añejo. It's too bitter. You're losing out on a lot of that sweet tartness that you get with tequila. And this one is leaning way too far into just tannic wood without a lot of the good qualities that often accompany that flavor in whiskey. That's not a good añejo. Do not recommend. And the last bottle of the day, this is, well, I don't know, what is this? Kinga Bacanora Premium. 100% agave. I don't know what makes this different from tequila, because tequila is made from agave. It says, a full-bodied and crystalline spirit with toasted notes of agave, caramel florals and minerals with a subtle and balanced aftertaste. A subtle seduction, leads to a memorable moment. Kinga will guide you across the wild and into the world of sensuous. This thing's trying to get you. This thing's like talking bedroom talk to me, but it ain't working. I'm not aroused yet. Maybe that after I taste it, but so far, it's got like naked people in the bushes. You see these people? They're like, it's got flowers over their nibbly bits. That's a belly button right there, but they got a flower and a cactus over them tatas. Weird. Let's try it. What even is this branding? Okay, well, if I get really aroused, I apologize. All right, Kinga. It just smells like a really sweet tequila. I don't know that I'm getting any of those toasted herbal and caramel notes on the nose. Well, maybe a little bit of caramel, maybe. Let's try it. It's not working. It's not working. They did not manage to capture my 13th birthday in a bottle. The moment when a boy becomes a ravenous, weird little goblin. It's definitely floral and earthy, but not necessarily in an appeasing way. Not a good way. Other than that, it's fairly unremarkable. Has a very plant fibery finish that just kind of lingers there. I don't know, Kinga. I'm not into it. Okay, well, that was weird. I hope you guys enjoyed going down the bizarre trail with me today. And let me know in the comment section if any of those actually sounded appealing to you. I'd love to know. I think it's fun to talk about weird stuff sometimes. So, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys, each and every one of you, especially if you're one of the Patreon supporters, helping make this channel happen, keep it afloat. You guys are the real heroes. Looking forward to our tasting tomorrow night. Hopefully, it's pending. I think we got to cut like 2 packages that haven't been delivered yet. So a couple of you guys still waiting on your samples. They were guaranteed to be delivered by yesterday. So we'll see. Hopefully those come in today, at the very least. Tomorrow before we do our tasting. So really looking forward to doing that with you guys. Stay tuned to the Discord for that. If you want to get in on Discord, that's totally free. Feel free to check the link in the description and get in there and talk whiskey with us. We love just hanging out, chatting. It's good vibes. And hope to see you there. Hey, cheers. Oh, I don't have anything to... I'm not opening one of those back up. Cheers. May you live richly and get better with age. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.